What's up, LGU? It's Vendetta here, and today I wanted to talk about what I call the family of gaming. Essentially, how I link together game companies who develop the games and the consoles or platforms used to play these games. I like to think of the game companies as the parents, as they provide all of the entertainment value for these systems. Without them, they don't really exist, right? So then I like to think of the PC as kind of its eldest child. It's the most matured because, in all retrospect, the PC has been around the longest, and you might argue that MAME arcades, they haven't really been around as long, but gaming on the PC is the eldest in its generation, right? So the consoles are kind of like the little bit of pampered babies, I would say. It's what I like to call them. They're the new kids. They get all the treatment. They get all the publicity. Everybody wants to see them. That doesn't necessarily make them better, doesn't necessarily make them worse. I'm not here to judge which is better or which is worse. I'm just here kind of to explain my thoughts on the matter here. And I am a PC gamer, and I do enjoy my PC gaming, and I don't enjoy console gaming as much, if you're wondering. Pros of PC, you get better control, and though some people will debate this, it is quite known in fact that a mouse and a keyboard will provide way better control than a controller. You don't have the freedom. Like, you see me whip around in this gameplay a lot more, and had I been on a controller, I wouldn't be able to whip around like that unless my sensitivity is too high. The thing you're losing when you set your sensitivity like that is you're losing your accuracy, because oftentimes when you get into a close quarters fight with a controller and you've got your sensitivity high so you can whip around, sometimes you tense up and you hit your controller too much. That's why I believe that the mouse and keyboard gives you a lot more control, and because of the PC having complete customization, if you want a gamepad of some sort, you can always hook it up. And like on my controller setup, I've got a gaming mouse, and then I've got a left-handed gamepad, which gives me like, I think it's 15 buttons or something at my fingertips, so they're always readily available and I can click them at any time. It does provide way better controls than consoles. Another big thing with PCs is the dedicated servers. 99.9% of the time, PC gets dedicated servers. This is just because the way the PC is, it's not really designed for peer-to-peer gaming. Like, it can be done, and it has been done. Like, a prime example of this is Black Ops Zombies. It is still peer-to-peer because they didn't want to make dedicated servers for it. Okay, whatever. I'll take what we get. It's a lot easier to design dedicated servers for the PC than it is a console, so it often gets the servers. Another one is more freedom, and I touched on this a little bit about my controller setup compared to a controller setup for a console. You don't necessarily get the ability to customize your controller as much with a console as you do with a PC, and not that that's a thing that you get with the PC that you don't get with the console as much. You still can customize it, like there's always things you can do to your controller to make it more to your liking, but there's a lot more things to do with a PC than there is a console. The games are more than often actually cheaper than consoles. Often I'll go to the store and I'll be looking at a game for 360, and then I'll go to grab the PC version of it, and sometimes it'll be $10 cheaper, 10 to 20 bucks cheaper. So it's often quite a good deal to grab the PC game instead. On the same retrospect, PCs are a lot more expensive. Like, a decent entry into gaming on PC can cost you upwards of, like, my computer, for a gaming computer that I started at, the basic amount of gaming cost me around $800. Gaming computers can go up to $2,000 and continue to rise from there. So it's definitely not cheaper to use a PC than it is a console. But with a gaming computer, you also get the fact that it's multi-use. You are a computer, and a gaming computer is essentially just a really high-powered normal computer. So now this operates video editing, which, if you're a commentator, is really nice to be able to do. Because my computer is a gaming computer, I'm allowed to render a video in about a quarter of the time that it would take most other people to render their commentaries, which is quite the thing to do. And almost running out of time here, so that's another point. Pros of consoles. They are more popular. You don't hear so much of gaming on PC. Like, for real-life friends, I've got about I think it's two friends who actually game on the PC. And they don't even game on the PC that much. I'm the only person I really know who heavily games on it. So, you know, that's one thing. I know a lot of people with 360 and a lot of people with PSN who game a lot more readily. If I had one of those, I'd be able to play with them a lot more. But, you know, whatever. Another thing is cheaper. Like I said, touched on that earlier. They're definitely cheaper than a PC. They're better supported. Definitely a big thing. You get patches way before PC does, and map packs. And they're readily available. If you go over to somebody's house, usually they have a 360 or something, you can hop on and play with them. Whereas, usually that doesn't happen with a gaming PC, and there's definitely no two-player on gaming PCs. Anyways, guys, I hope you like this commentary, and if you do, please come check out my channel. I'm sure it'll be in the description below. And, yeah, see you next time.